Hey everyone, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another plan with me to share with you all. This week we are finally planning a regular old 7-day week. I know it's been a minute. We're planning Monday through Sunday, May 29th to June 4th. We are in the 6th month of the year, and I will refrain from saying, how are we here? How is it already the 6th? How is it already June? But literally, how is it already June? That's absolutely insane. I feel like ever since I started working, I have not, okay, so ever since I started working and my job went to digital patient record keeping, like fully digital and not on paper, I've literally lost the plot and have no idea what day it is. I will schedule some of my patients and I'm like, okay, so you're going to come back in 6 months, which is September. And they're like, that's in 3 months. And I'm like, I shit you not, I thought it was March. I don't actually say that way to the patients, but the essence of what I'm saying is just like that. So yes, super excited for summer. Summer has slowly become one of my more favorite months. It used to be like fall and spring, but now I think I'm like summer and fall, mostly because there's a lot more beach days over summer and like going to the pool with friends and with Nick and stuff. So it's got a little special place in my heart. So this week I am using the Sunny Daze kit from ScribblePrintsCo. The color palette of this kit is just something else. I also added in the extra color, which is this beautiful like a neon green. It's insane. It's so gorgeous. I wanted to incorporate it as soon as I saw it because it's just so bright and colorful and really pulls a lot of the brighter colors and all the full boxes and things like that. And then as far as the foil, it's like a mishmash. It's a mishmash of foils. Everything is silver, but the underlays are like this really tight dotted pattern. There's my little head. It's like a really tight dotted pattern instead of like the usual scattered one. The overlays for the full boxes are like the sprinkle, like little star pattern. And then for the bottom washi and the headers, I decided to use what I had of this flower pattern. I thought it like really pulled everything in together. There's like the flower on one of the girls' shirts in the full box. I just realized that staring at the planner. But yeah, I think it looks really, really, really pretty. I'm a big fan of this kit, the theme and everything. For this week, I went back to work. Still not a full week back at work because we did have the long 3-day weekend. But we, my friends and I, we were gonna go to the beach for Memorial Day weekend. But something happened, and then something else happened, and then Nick decided he was moving that weekend, and then the other thing fell through. But Nick was still moving that weekend, so we decided we were just going to bump up the beach weekend to the following weekend, which worked out because there was less traffic going onto the island and onto the beach. So we had like one less day, but still it was a lot of fun. I literally left after work on Thursday just to give myself more time, and like I would just already be there and everything like that. So yeah, that is this week. I'm just putting in my stickers in the sidebar because I did have the tall box. I needed a full ombre heart checklist, so I just took out my habit trackers and added in this half box and wrote that I bought my tickets for EDC 2024 with a little Maru from Paper and Milk. It's just like, yay, which is actually funny because Denise of Paper and Milk was at EDC and we kept texting each other trying to see if we could find each other at EDC, but it was so big and I think we just kept missing each other. And then at one point we were at some of the same sets, but there were so many people there that like we just could not find each other. And also like my service got really shitty at times, even though there were Verizon like stands or something. I don't know, but she was there. So cute to get to mark EDC with a Paper Milk sticker. Yeah, but did buy tickets. It's like on a layaway thing because they are expensive. And I am still paying off Greece and Vegas. So, I don't have to pay anything yet, but I will eventually. I actually got one for me and Nick, even though he doesn't know if he wants to go next year. But I figure if anything, he'll have his ticket and like or it's like they're doing like an early bird thing where it was cheaper. So I was like, I'd rather get it cheaper and then him pay me back for it. Or if he decides he doesn't want to go, I can sell it. So yes. So then I put down a solid washi, a this week sticker from Ice Cream Joe in a silver foil, and then an ombre heart checklist with all of my to-dos. So on to Monday. Monday's a continuation of the long weekend. I was still at Nick's new apartment helping him move, and it was Memorial Day, so I marked that up at the top. I was originally going to leave early this day just because I knew there would be a lot of traffic going home, and I was still super tired, hadn't really rested since coming back from the trip, which will bite me in the butt next week. But yeah, there was just a lot that still needed to be done, and I really wanted to help Nick. I wanted to make sure the bed was finished because didn't finish that the night before, even though we were up till like 1 a.m. And then he had some dressers that he needed to put together and like other things he needed to do. So I said I would stay to put the dressers together. All that to say, I ended up staying pretty late on Monday and didn't get home till about like 8 or 9 o'clock. No, I think 8 o'clock. No, I think I got home at like 9:30. So yeah, so I wrote the first thing I did was that we slept on the floor because like I said, the bed wasn't built. So we had to sleep on the mattress on the floor, which actually wasn't that terrible. And then we went to go get breakfast at a place called Nudie's Cafe. And it was like a spectacularly plain breakfast. And it was just, they did all the basic stuff so right. And the coffee was diner coffee amazingness. So I really had a good breakfast. Then we went back to Target to pick up some things he needed, like pots, pans, utensils, things I didn't pick up the day before when I had gone to Target. In hindsight, we probably should have just gone to a regular old grocery store because Target is expensive. But yeah, so we just got what he needed, and I said get like the cheapish version of things, like not so cheap that it breaks after one use, but like cheap enough that it'll do the job you need it to until you realize you actually need the better version of this. So yeah, we did that, and then we spent the rest of the afternoon building more IKEA furniture, and I was watching the rest of Selling Sunset as well, but I didn't mark that. And then right before I left, we went to go to a pub. We had some pizza, we had some chicken wings, and then I started my 2-hour drive back home. So I drove back home, and on the way home, I listened to Happy Place by Emily Henry. So yeah. Then moving on to Tuesday, I continued to listen to Happy Place on my commute to work. I went to work. I don't remember anything significant that happened there. And then I got home and I needed to put a lot of my clothes away. So I did that. And then also in the mail, I got USBs from Amazon. I had originally bought some the week prior, but they weren't large enough to store the photos and videos from my trip on them. So I had to return those and get the same ones, just 64 gigs instead of 32 gigs. The file was exactly like 31.6 gigs, but I think it couldn't transfer all the files because it was just like right on the precipice of being too large of a file. So those came in that day on Tuesday, and so I transferred onto 2 USBs, one for me and one for Nick, and then I spent the rest of the day starting to prepare for a lot of planner things. I think I typed up pretty much all of the scripts this day. And the only reason I remember that is because I wrote a type up script sticker to put under planning time and then completely forgot to add it. Then I went back to add it, but didn't like the placement of it, so I took it out. But yeah, I think I typed up like all the scripts for about 3.5 weeks worth of stuff. So I did that. And then while I was doing all that, I was watching RuPaul All-Stars, which I love this new season. Usually like halfway into any of the RuPaul seasons nowadays, I'm just kind of like drifting off and everything seems repetitive and I kind of have it on as background noise. But I genuinely like watch this new season of RuPaul's All-Stars. I think it's so funny and I love like everybody in it. They're just great. I love it. So then moving on to Wednesday, I listened to more of Happy Place, went to work, same old, and then had a wax appointment after work, and my wax lady was like half an hour behind, and nobody had told me until like 25 minutes in. So I'm just sitting there. My mom came to pick me up, and I'm just like, no one's taking me. But I was just sitting there, and like from my perspective, I'm like, I could not imagine being 25 minutes late for a patient and no one telling me anything. It wasn't so much that she was late. It was just that nobody wanted to update me. And they just kept telling me, oh, she'll be right out. And like, if someone says they'll be right out, I'm expecting to wait like 2-4 minutes and then they come out, but nope. But luckily I've gone to this girl a lot for like waxes and stuff. So like I know her, and I know she was just probably overwhelmed. And then she did tell me she was really overwhelmed because a lot of people had called out that day. So I like totally get it. But yeah, I just remember having to wait a very long time on this day. So then finally I got home. I watched more RuPaul All-Stars. I guess I was behind on a lot of episodes. And then I had to repack. A lot of packing and unpacking these last couple of weeks. But I wanted to pack for the beach weekend. So I did that this day so that I could be ready to go as soon as I got home from work and ate some dinner. And then I chatted with Carla on the phone. I think she had some questions about her wedding planning. Look at me remembering things. Who is she? And then I FaceTimed Nick. I think we were supposed to watch Jersey Shore, but we didn't. And we just chatted. I think as he put some... No, wait. We were not supposed to watch Jersey Shore because he didn't have his computer set up yet. So I FaceTimed him because he was trying to build the other drawers that I had not built. So we got 2 sets of drawers. I built one and he was trying to build the other one, and I thought he was about to like break it in half. So yeah, moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was work. I guess I did not have a lunch this day, so I went to Sweet Green. Or did I not have a lunch? Because I didn't buy lunch the other days. I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to carry a lunch thing with me, which doesn't make any sense. But I went to Sweet Green on this day, and then I got home and got some Happy Mail from Amazon. Couldn't tell you what it was. And then I listened to more of the Happy Place. Excuse me. I listened to Happy Place. I think I finished it this day before my drive to the beach. I'm going to assume so if I put that first. Or maybe I listened... No. I listened to it on the drive to the beach. Okay, see, sometimes my sticker placement dictates like the order of things, the order in which things happen, and then it really throws me off when there's like a certain way I do it, and then I do it the opposite way. So yeah, I listened to Happy Place on my drive to the beach. And I finished it right before I got there, which is really perfect timing. And I love when that works out. I really enjoyed this book. I like anything Emily Henry makes. It's not my favorite of her books for many reasons. Like I said in my last Plan With Me, how dare she make it hardcover and not release a paperback? But it was just kind of, the plot was based off of a lot of miscommunication. And that is just the most aggravating plot driver in any book. I know a lot of people feel the same way, and for good reason, because it's just so frustrating, especially when like it's adults in a book. Like at some point, why didn't you communicate? How is it like months? How is it months gone by and no one has said anything to each other that would somehow be a catalyst to having a bigger conversation about the issue? I just don't get it. Unless they wanted it to be ignored. But then that would be them ignoring it on purpose. Not because they miscommunicated, but that they fully understood the situation and just decided to ignore it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I really liked it. I liked the ending. I thought it was cute. Maybe people weren't happy with the ending. I know some people weren't happy with the ending. But I'm like, give me a cute ending after all my miscommunication suffering. So yes. Spoiler alert, it's a happy ending. So yeah, after I got to the beach house, Nick and our friend Nick was there. It was our friend Nick's beach house. So we wanted to go get dinner at one place, but we had waited too long, and so they closed. And then we ended up going to Chegg, which is my favorite place to get chicken wings. I mention it like all the time, every time I go to the beach. And then we spent the night just kind of chilling in the house because it was just the 3 of us, and I binge watched a bunch of TikTok videos. So that was a lot of fun. Then moving on to Friday, had some cuddle time with Nick in the morning, and then we all went to go get coffee at our favorite coffee place there. And then my Nick had to work. And so me and our friend Nick hung out. He was playing like some video games and I was just chilling. And then I decided that I was going to start Disney vacation planning because me and the other Nick have plans to go to Disney in January. Nick was originally supposed to go to Disney this year, but I said, if you don't end up going, we will go together in 2024, but like early 2024, because that was probably like the best time I've ever went, where there's less crowds, less people. I loved it. And it's not that hot, so it's wonderful. So I started brainstorming and basically planning our Disney vacation and everything. And then later on, Vicky would find my little vacation plan and see all my numbers crunched, and decided that she was going to meet us halfway on this trip just to get to go to Disney, because as much as she says she wants to stay away, she can't. So Vicky is coming with us as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I pretty much planned the whole thing already. Just got to book things and pay for things, which, oh God, why does everything cost money? So I did the Disney vacation planning. And then before the rest of everybody got to the beach house, we went to the liquor store, picked up some drinks for the beach, like twisted iced teas and high noons and things like that. We picked those up, and then we waited for my friend Erica, my friend Tyler to get there, and we all went to the beach. My sister and Brandon weren't going to get there until a lot later, like they were going to come for dinner. So they missed the beach day, which was like the best beach day, because the next day we would try to go and it was too windy to go. But it was super nice. I did go in the water. It was like cold water, but I kept saying the Aegean Sea was a lot colder than the New Jersey water. And then, so we got back from the beach and we went to go get dinner at a place called Daddy-O's. We got dinner and then everybody came back, and that was the night. So then on Saturday, of course, we went to go on another coffee run. And then I marked that it was super windy this day. We had tried to go to the beach. We dropped everyone off at the beach with the stuff, went back, got our bike, all those things. Everything was set up. And then by the time, there's like a whole system for us to get to the beach. But by the time I had gotten to the beach, everybody was just sitting there with their hoodies up, their pants up. Everyone's covered in towels, and the wind was just blasting the sand in our faces. So that wasn't very long-lived. We packed everything up, and then we just chilled on the deck of the beach house. We played some card games. Nick started playing blackjack with everybody. We listened to a lot of music. Of course, it was EDM, because now everyone's on it. This is when I've slowly started getting everyone's like brains into the idea of going to EDC next year. And also like other festivals and things like that. But everyone was so shocked with how much I ended up liking like EDM and like the different genres, like dubstep, really into dubstep somehow, and like light hardcore. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun. We just got to chill. We had bought charcuterie boards to go to the beach, but we ate them on the deck. So it was just like a nice way to pass the evening, the afternoon. And then for the evening, we had plans to go to an escape room. And it said that they were open, but turns out they're not open till like the middle of June or something crazy like that. But they still like let us book tickets. But then we looked at the tickets and it turns out it like auto booked for a day that was not the day we needed. So alas, we ended up going to the arcade instead. But before we found out that it wasn't like the escape room was not happening, we went to a brewery. Everybody got some beverages, and then me and my sister were hungry, so we went downstairs, and there was pizza being sold there, so we got some slices for everyone, and then made our way to the escape room that, like, the doors were locked, nobody was answering the phone, lights were off, and then the only reason we had like come to the conclusion that we didn't book the wrong date, but the computer automated the wrong date after we had booked it, is because another group of people came and we had asked them what day was their thing booked for, and they said today. And I'm like, I don't think they're open. They looked, turns out it was also for a different night. So My favorite thing to do at the beach is go to the arcade. So as soon as it was like escape room's not happening, I was like, to the arcade. And I freaking love the arcade. Brandon had actually won me a Cinderella Funko Pop in one of the crane games, which was really nice. Vicky was very jealous because she wanted her, but she got Minnie Mouse on a carousel. And then I gave her some of my points that I've been saving up for like the last 3 years. Not even some, like a lot of points to get Mickey on the People Mover Funko Pops. So those are really solid crane game prizes, I think. And then after the arcade, we all went to go get dinner, and we were also pooped and tired. We got back to the beach house. Some people went outside to light a fire. I fell asleep on the couch and then was like, I'm out for the night, and went to bed. So then on Sunday, this was our last day at the beach house. Of course, got some cuddles in the morning. Then, of course, we went to go to the coffee shop and got some more coffee for everyone. There were bagels at the house, but I really wanted a breakfast sandwich, so I had the boys stop at a place called Bageletti's to get myself like a sausage, egg, and cheese, which I was like, oh, this is going to hit the spot, and it did. And then we all had like a small little beach day. It was still a little chilly unless you were laying like flat on the ground on a towel, so like the wind had less of a surface area to get you at. It was still a little chilly, but it was a lot of fun. We played games, and we just hung out and we chilled, and it was really nice to still at least get like a second beach day over this weekend because the day before had been a bust. Then of course we went to Chegg because everyone else had not gone to Chegg, but I am not mad at getting Chegg twice in one weekend whatsoever. And then after that, we all got back to the house. I had already packed my things before we left for the beach, so I grabbed my things and I started my drive back home. I got back like early enough that I could unpack. I took a bath and then realized that I still had plenty of time. I think it was like 4 p.m. by the time I got back. So I was like, let me get back on catching up with some planner things. I think I started putting down stickers for some things or pulling stickers for some of the spreads. I could not tell you. There's so much planning time in the next couple of weeks that I'm like, I don't remember what part I was at. Could have been filming Plan With Me's, who knows. But while I was doing all of that, I was also catching up on lots of new episodes of RuPaul All-Stars. And then at the end of the night, I remembered that I had turned on the wax machine, and I don't know why I like lost my train of thought there. That was the easiest train to stay on, but I had turned the wax machine on earlier in the day to wax my mustache because everybody kept telling me that I needed to wax my mustache because it was like shining in the light, and I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So literally, just so you all know, I wax my own mustache for other people because my mustache makes people uncomfortable. It never really bothers me until I can like, this is going to be like TMI, but also, I don't know, you could feel it like with your tongue, like on the side of your lip. Like you just kind of like looking the side and you're like, oh, that's a little fuzzy. Then I will usually wax it. But people were like, it's glinting in the sun. And I'm like, all right. So I finally remembered to wax my mustache. Good. Oh my God. How does this happen? I'm going to eat my strawberry. Hold on. Nom, 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 nom. Dang. Look at me go. I've never talked so slow yet so fast. But yeah. Hold on. Let me finish the strawberry. I could have paused. This is very annoying. Hold on. Okay, I swallowed it. No more annoying chewing sounds, although I hope I kept the microphone far enough away that you couldn't hear it. But yes, this was a really nice beach weekend. After this weekend, I was desperate and needing a weekend to myself just to decompress, just to be a potato, to do nothing, to have no plans. Even though this weekend was so fun, I just needed to do nothing and have nothing planned, and really wanted to catch up on my spreads because I was starting to get so behind. And like in this week, Jessica's only like 4 spreads behind, I think. But I'm only just now catching up to all of it. So this Jessica in the planner time has no idea what's in store and how long it's actually going to take to get like caught up with everything. But yeah, I get that. I get my little weekend to myself next week, but of course the next week I have to work 5 days, right? Do I have to work 5 days? Yeah, I had to work 5 days, and that is the beginning of the end of my sanity. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this plan with me. I love how it turned out. These colors are beautiful. I want more kits with this like purple and this like neon green. It's so stinking beautiful. Love it. Want more. But yeah, why do I say thank you and then continue talking? Oh my God. All right. Again, thank you so much for watching. I think this will never end. I will still keep doing it. All right. I'll see you guys in the next plan with me. Bye.